Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a multiple character ex-listener. It's Cold Weather Drabbles by Quiet Legends on AO3. The link will be in the description, go check them out, and let's go ahead and get into it. Izuku Midoriya. The moment Izuku came back, he snatched one of the cups from his hands with a grateful thank you and took a giant swig of the hot drink. In your haste, you forgot to ask which was hot chocolate and which was coffee. It took all you had not to gag on the bitter liquid and forced yourself to swallow it. You stuck out your tongue, groaning, "I don't see how you can drink that." Switching cups with him, you mouthed out an apology. "Sorry, Zu, thanks. Hopefully that'll warm you up." He laughed, taking his place in line beside you. "Are you okay with standing out here for so long? I know this wasn't exactly what you had in mind for our Saturday plans, and it's not really any fun to stand here in the cold. Hey," he shushed him with a finger to his lips. "I know this means a lot to you, so I'm fine as long as I get to wait here with you." "Still, thanks for coming with me," Izuku chuckled, rubbing the back of his head. "I really appreciate it." "Well, if this new merch drop is as cool as they said it will be, then it will be worth it." Entwining your arm with his, you leaned your head onto his shoulder. "I heard there's gonna be a limited edition Bronze-Aid All Might figurine." That familiar sparkle in his eye lit up. "I heard that too. It's supposed to be super realistic." Once he starts geeking out, there's no stopping him, so he rambled on for a while as you listened, taking slow sips from your hot cocoa. A heavy breeze blew through, and you tucked your scarf closer to your mouth. He stopped talking about the mechanics of All Might's suit and looked down at you. The air was frigid today. "Are you cold?" You currently had the cup pressed to your cheek in an attempt to absorb some of the warmth back into your skin. "Maybe a little." Stepping away to face him, you tapped one of your ears. "Are they red? They feel like they're about to fall off." He poked the bright red tip of your ear and nodded solemnly. "Oh yeah, this one looks like it's ready to fall off any minute now." You slapped his hand away and rolled your eyes. "Ha ha, real funny, babe. You're gonna be sorry when it actually does fall off." That shit-eating grin never left his face as he handed you his cup. Pulling off his hat, frizzy green hair flopped out, and he ran a quick hand through it. "You're right, I'm sorry." Carefully, he fitted the knit cap over your hair and made sure to tuck your ears in. Once it was on, he cupped his hands over your ears. "Better?" A content sigh blew past your lips as you closed your eyes and leaned into his touch. His own hands were warm from holding the coffee, and that heat spread right into your ears, instantly chasing away the sting of the cold. When you looked up at his face, those flushed cheeks were 2 shades darker than before. "You're so warm," you murmured, placing a chaste kiss on his lips and inhaling the lingering scent of the coffee. As you leaned into his chest, you buried your face deep in the scarf looped around his neck. Waiting around in the cold with him, you decided, would always be worth it. Katsuki Bakugou. "Why did we come out here?" Bakugou grumbled, but still kept a tight grip on the hand you offered him. "It's the middle of the damn winter." "Because, Katsuki," you stated matter-of-factly. "Well, I don't want to spoil it." "That's not even close to an answer, dumbass." He growled and pulled the scarf halfway up his face to fight the biting wind. A particularly strong blast came from the top of the hill, nearly knocking you off your feet. If Katsuki didn't have a death grip on your hand, you would have fallen. Then a second gust blew the hat right off your head. When you twisted around to catch it, the motion unbalanced both of you. Katsuki stubbornly refused to let go of you, so you both ended up falling into the snow and rolling halfway down the steep hill. Your screams echoed through the empty park, followed by bubbles of giggles. Katsuki still hadn't let go of you, which meant you landed right on top of him. You laid there, staring down at his grumpy face, watching your hot breath crystallize between the two of you the moment it left your lips. "Aw, you caught me," You poked his nose and he immediately threw you off. No, you landed on me. Standing up, he brushed the snow off of him. You're the clumsiest person I've ever met. But you still love me and you know it, As you stood up to brush the snow off your pants, something heavy hit your back. Turning around, you saw Katsuki with an armful of snowballs. How he made them so fast would forever be a mystery. A devilish grin plastered on his face. Hey, you backed up, holding your hands out. I know that look. Wait! A snowball right to the face took you out. Before you had time to recuperate, 3 more pelted you. That man didn't know the meaning of mercy. Diving behind a tree provided you temporary cover, and you used the opportunity to make some snowballs for yourself. If he wanted a war, he'd get a war. Peeking around the tree, you were met with yet another face full of snow. Gathering your supply, you darted out from the tree and threw everything you had. None of them hit them. He was too damn good at this. You needed to switch tactics. Another snowball hit you square in the face, and you fell to the ground. Eyes closed, you laid there not moving an inch, even if the cold was seeping into your skin. After a minute, Katsuki came over and kicked more snow onto you. Oi, come on you baby, get up. I didn't even hit you that hard. Arms crossed, he knelt next to you and flicked your forehead. The moment his hand neared your head, you opened your eyes and pulled him down, using the momentum to flip over and land on top of him. Now I know you seriously didn't just fall for that. He was trying hard to suppress his grin, turning his lips into a wobbly scowl. Course I didn't. Well, did you also expect this? You leaned down, hovering over his lips, and that scowl finally morphed into a grin. Then he shoved a handful of snow in his face and fell back laughing like a madman. Katsuki sat up, wiping all the snow off of his face, shooting you a glare with no real anger behind it. Fine, I guess we're even. He helped you up, brushing the snow off your hair. What did you drag me out here for anyway? Sometime during your little scuffle, you'd lost your hat. Hair now drenched in snow was at the mercy of the frigid winds blowing through the park. All your exposed skin was freezing, especially your ears. The tips felt like pure ice. I wanted to show you something at the top of the hill. You pointed to the crest, then covered your ears, trying to give them some cover from the wind. I thought you'd like it. At that, he rolled his eyes and bent over. Come on. He grumbled. Katsuki rarely gave you piggyback rides, and only if it was just the two of you around. Excited, you jumped onto his back and buried your face in his scarf. It smelled just like him, so you burrowed in as deep as you could. To Katsuki, it seemed you weighed nothing as he made his trek up the hill in no time. When you finally reached the top, he let you down and crossed his arms. What's so special about this place? It looks like an ordinary hill. The sun's gonna set soon. It's supposed to be beautiful to watch up here. You placed your hands back over your ears, a shiver running down your spine at the sudden loss of warmth. I think it's gonna look extra pretty with the snow. You want to wait for the sun to set? He rubbed his head. You do realize that's not for another hour, right? No, you didn't realize that. Oh. With that single defeated sigh, you turned around. Okay, we can go back then. I know how much you hate the cold. I didn't say I wanted to leave. That stopped you. Come back here. That invitation was all you needed. Running back, you slammed into him. He rocked slightly at the sudden impact. Sinking into him, you did your best to wrap his scarf over your head. My ears are freezing, Suki. With the biggest puppy dog eyes you could muster, you looked up at him. Can you do something about it? Sure, he smirked, and slapped his hands over your ears. The sudden rush of warmth felt great until you felt little crackles burst against your skin. With a yelp, he smacked his hands away. That's not funny, Katsuki. You jumped on him as he cackled, easily countering your hits and throwing you off. When you landed, you hopped right back up and chased him across the hilltop. I meant a hat! Katsuki Bakugou, you get back here right now! Shoto Todoroki. The cold never bothered Shoto. His quirk lets him control his overall body temperature, which means he always feels comfortable no matter the weather. You, on the other hand, had no such luxury, so, of course, today had to be one of the coldest days of winter. Walking down the ice-slicked path, you clung to his left side. That side always ran warm, and you enjoyed basking in the personal heater that was your boyfriend. It was one of his many perks. Why is it so cold? You complained, snuggling closer to him. It is nighttime. Things tend to get colder at night. Blunt as always, the restaurant shouldn't be too far. We've been walking this way for 20 minutes. He glanced around the near-empty street. Are you sure you know where we are? Yes, he said, then looked around. Or no. Yes or no, you have to pick one, honey. Well, I know the general location, he shrugged. I'm sure it's this way, though. A frigid breeze blew through your hair, forcing a shiver down your spine. You didn't put on a hat because it was date night and you didn't want to ruin your hair, but now you were slightly regretting it. My ears are freezing. It didn't occur to you that you said it out loud until Shoto stopped in the middle of the sidewalk and pulled you in front of him. What are you? 2 hands covered your ears. You should have worn earmuffs, darling. Now that his hands were cupping your ears, the wind couldn't reach. It actually did feel slightly better, especially when he was staring at you with his two-toned eyes like that. Don't want your ears falling off, he deadpanned. I heard that can happen. You couldn't tell if he was joking or not, but you placed your hands over his and laughed anyway. Is that so? Well, thank you for saving me from certain demise. Leaning forward until your noses touched, you gave him a deep kiss. His left hand was the perfect heater for your ear. The only problem was his right hand. It seemed to grow cold the longer you kissed him, and eventually, it really did feel like your ear was about to fall off. Breaking the kiss with a gasp, you pulled his hands off your ears and held onto them. Okay, I have a better idea. Looping his left arm around your neck, you fit snugly into his left side and pressed his arm against the side of your head. That icy feeling quickly melted away, replaced by the comfortable, warm embrace of your boyfriend. As Shoto relaxed into you, the two of you continued your journey to wherever this supposedly nearby restaurant was. Alright, that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. It's my birthday, by the way. Anyways, goodbye!